And welcome to Comix. This is episode 39. Thanks to each and every one of you who has been along with us on this journey. We appreciate you so very much. We can't possibly truly explain how much you guys do. So I thank you. With that, who do we have for today's episode?
Hello. Very good evening, morning, or afternoon, whenever you're hearing this. This is Luis.
This is Ash.
I'm Carmen.
What's up, beautiful people? It's Esteban.
And that's all of us. If you expected somebody else, I don't know why you're here, because we would have told you we had a guest later on in the show, but thanks. So Carmen, what do you have to drink today for us?
I don't know if I have talked about this beer before. I may have. It's a Bottle Logic beer. Shocking. It's the Golden Ratio Golden Milk Stout. This is my second 4-pack from that brewery of this beer because it's really, really good. Usually Golden Stouts tends to be really dark, but this one is actually really light. It's like a golden color, and it kind of tastes like an IPA, but not really. So I 100% recommend it, especially if you don't like dark beers, but you want to experience a stout. That would be a good one. It's really good and smooth.
Nice.
Sweet. Cheers, Carmen.
Cheers.
All right. So do we have any comments this week, Luis?
Yes, sir, we do. So every week, as an excuse to showcase the people that watch this show and let you be a part of the show, we open it up for comments throughout the show. If you hear anything that you want to add to, something that we missed, or just want to give us some feedback, strongly encourage to send us a message either on Instagram, YouTube, any of the social medias, and we will read you on the following episode. So starting up with episode, I want to start with this one actually. So this was the comment on a comment that was read. So Heavyweight, last episode we read his comment regarding episode 36. If we were talking about scary movies and what has scarred us. And he had commented about wanting to watch Fire in the Sky. He needs to see what the hype is about.
Okay.
And so then Melissa is saying that I feel the same way. Let me know what you think. So he commented on it last week, or earlier this week rather. And his comment reads, "I guess I should have been younger when I saw it. Maybe I wouldn't have felt this. Maybe I would have felt the same way as you guys."
Yeah.
So
I agree with it.
Who is this?
Heavyweight.
All right. Hey,
And
get his address. Get his address, and then let's stop by Dick's to get a bat.
No. He's not saying anything bad. It's like
you're such an asshole.
He loves me.
don't listen to him, Heavyweight. You're great people.
I agree with this comment. I haven't seen it in a few years. So I don't know how well the movie holds up, but I was in a dark theater when I saw it, and a giant screen, and it was all encompassing, and all you see is when that movie starts, it's kind of in a dark forest and they're isolated, and you just see this giant red light making a loud noise. So it kind of leaves an impact.
Yeah, man.
Your imagination like makes it worse than like the graphics and everything aren't like fucking like you're watching anything great, but it's just like the scenery and stuff. Sorry, Esteban, go ahead.
No. I completely agree with Heavyweight saying that I guarantee you that movie did not age well. I can guarantee you it didn't. I guarantee it, But I mean, you got to think about it. It's like 93, 94 when it came out, So it's just kind of like for a kid seeing that, especially in theaters, when your cousin says, "Hey, let's go watch a movie," don't worry about it. It's rated R. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To go in and you watch it, just like Andres is saying, it's a dark theater, a massive fucking theater, screen. And then it starts off like that being isolated. It scares the shit out of you, I don't think I've seen it since that first time I saw it. So I haven't seen it since like 93, 94. So I mean, if I were to watch it now, like I'd be down to watch it now, probably like sweaty palms and nervous and shit,
That's crazy how impactful. If you've only seen it once and you remember certain scenes so vividly. But again, it's also, you were more impressionable, you were younger, and it's also what the graphics look like back then. We're like, oh my god, this looks real. And then you see it 10 years, 20 years later, and we're like,
yeah,
that doesn't look real. Like, you know.
no,
but,
exactly. So because of that fear in Fire of the Sky, I had a really hard time watching The Fifth Kind. Is that the one? Is that the one with
the fourth kind?
The one
with
with Mila
Jovovich.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie that got sued because they claimed to be real, and then the mayor of that city in Alaska sued the movie studio.
Yeah. So I had a really hard time watching. I saw that one, but I had a really hard time watching it. You know,
I saw it. I loved it. And when I got out of the movie theater, I Googled it because I was like, that was real footage. That's so fucking crazy, you know? Because that was just how they're doing it. And then it's like lawsuit, not real footage. Like it's like, like, and then they
like burst your bubble.
Didn't. Yeah, like, and then like right away, and it sucks because like right when I read that article, I'm like, it wasn't a good. Like I immediately shifted, like just because it's like from the things that you think you see a porch camera, they're like, holy shit, that's a fucking alien right there. Like, why isn't this on LA Times? Like, I'm just so like,
for sure,
like this is groundbreaking shit. Like, and it's the same with like Blair Witch. You know, when that came out, everyone thought it was real.
I was like, I knew that movie was fake because I saw that Blair Witch and I was like, this shit ain't real. Fuck this. Yeah. It's like they don't have live footage. I was like, where the fuck do they got Mila Jovovich in this movie if it's live footage? Get the fuck out of here.
No. Because the way that they did that movie was Mila Jovovich was playing the person.
A psychiatrist
yeah, but then they'll pause it and then they'll replay the version that she was acting out. And supposedly that was the real. And like they kept doing that parallel of like, this is this character. But then what tipped me off is I was a big Halo fan back in the day, and the Arbiter, the main alien that Chief teams up with in the third film, the voice of the supposed real footage, like one of the investigators, sounded so familiar. I'm like, that sounds like the Arbiter. Sure enough, it was. Like, and I was like, this, and I was so confused because at the time, again, I was still believing that this was real footage. And then I looked it up. I'm like, motherfucker, it was him.
Yeah, flipping tables and shit. He's just like, what the fuck?
He's all, no, Hollywood lied to me. What am I going to do with the rest of my life?
My world is over. Yeah.
From this day forward, I will reserve my happiness and not be excited for any films
Damn
of Hollywood.
You, Hollywood.
How dare you lie to us?
Anyway, so and it sounds like the room all agrees with you, Heavyweight. When you watch it, it's like if you watch it later in life, sometimes things aren't as good.
I saw Blair Witch after they came out on MTV altogether, and then I saw Blair Witch, and I still was scared.
Yeah, you would be.
Knowing that it was but that's the funny thing. Like my girlfriend is notoriously anti-scary film, but during Halloween we saw.
Oh, I thought you said your girlfriend's notorious. P.I.G.
No.
Nice.
But we watched like a bunch of classics, like the very first Friday the 13th, and she was able to watch that. And the only one that I think really like shook her, and this is why I'm just like I'm still so fascinated by it, is the movie called The Thing. It's old as shit and it's still fucking unnerving. Like even though you see certain things that it's like, okay, I know that this isn't real, but it's still just like somebody designed that. Someone created it's just tension. Still fucking good.
No, and
I haven't seen that, Heavyweight. Check that out.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Luis. Like my wife does not like scary movies at all. Like at all. Like she will not watch them, you know. And her greatest fear is the fear of being chased. That's her greatest fear, you know. So she won't watch, you know, any horror movies whatsoever. And doubling down on that, she will not watch anything that is dealing with religious context. You know, she won't.
Well, those are the best ones.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. Those are the best ones. Like so you know that the photo that I sent you guys in our chat, the documentary on Netflix, it's like the devil and Father, I forget his name. So I was watching it and I'm watching it and then just like the same thing. It's like, it's the director from The Exorcist that did this documentary. And he's like, and then it was funny because it was very unsolved mysteries. You know, so it's like walking and like talking and shit. I'm just kind of like, all right, like that's cool, I guess, right? And then they're like, well, we're about to show you actual footage of an exorcism, and I'm like, holy shit, like
Nah, bro, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
No, yeah. I'm like, no way. Watched it and all that stuff, and then as I'm watching it, like you see the person that is having the exorcism take place, like she's like convulsing and like speaking, and then but it's funny because like I'm listening to it and like how you were saying like you heard the arbiter, in the fourth kind.
Yeah.
I'm watching that and I'm like, they fucking used auto-tune like on her voice.
You
and
heard
I'm like,
it?
Yes. So I like right after I Googled it and I think it was Variety and the Hollywood Reporter. They both said they're like, yeah, they ended up taking it in and analyzing the footage, and you can tell that there's an underlining on her voice track that they added to it and I'm like, motherfucker, like whatever, man. But it's like it's what's that?
Sound like T-Pain or what?
No, it was more like but it was funny. It's funny though because it's like it all takes place in Italy and I think Italy has a population of like 6 million people, but out of that 6 million people, like 500,000 have been claimed to have been exorcised. And I'm like 6 million people, like either that, and like I was reading the article where it said that too, and it's like either that or like the devil's like seriously working some overtime there in Italy,
In Italy.
Yeah, of all places.
He's got a timeshare in Italy. He's just staying there.
Well, no, he's just like, I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. So you really want to fuck around where the Vatican's at? Okay, bro, have fun,
Only like the third week of fucking August because of his timeshare. So
yeah. That's when it happens.
There's and I know we're segueing far into the comments. I apologize, Andres.
No worries, you're good.
There's a documentary. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it was a documentary on the director about the director of the Exorcist film. Documentary of like his investigation in like exorcisms.
Yeah.
And like what he was looking into to make the movie. And I forgot the name.
There's a good podcast series about that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's pretty good. It's like 6 episodes long. I mean, it's kind of a narrative, so kind of story wise, it's not just like straight up documentary style. That's pretty good.
On. Okay, cool.
I would suggest that.
Oh, it's called Leap of Faith.
And it'll give you like the basis of where the writer got the story of for The Exorcist.
Yeah, that documentary that I was telling you guys about, they kind of touch on it a little bit. They interviewed the writer and the writer talks about it a little bit. But it's funny because he shows the director shows like the house where the exterior shots of the house and stuff like that, and then the stairway, but it was just kind of like the way it was like put together. I'm like, okay, like you're showing the exterior of the house and then you're showing the stairway, which was not very close to the house at all. It was maybe 2 miles or something like that. It wasn't that far.
It's in Georgetown, right? The staircase.
The staircase is in Georgetown, but it's just kind of like when I was reading the article in the Hollywood Reporter, the person that wrote it, I can't remember their name, but like literally just destroyed the documentary. It's like, yeah, he's walking around, like very unsolved mysteries, like, and then he goes to the exterior shot for the house for The Exorcist and then the staircase, where he claims that the staircase is called the Exorcist staircase, and I guess they did research on it and they're like, they don't call it the Exorcist staircase. They're just like, that's where it was filmed and that was it, So it's like it was trying to like the report made it seem like he was trying to milk everything out of The Exorcist as much as possible. So yeah.
And the documentary was called Leap of Faith. So I saw it, I want to say a couple years ago on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there, but yeah, Leap of Faith. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I dig it if you're into that sort of thing. Cool. All right, moving on along. So now we're fast forwarding to most recent comment. And this is for episode 38, most recent episode. And I'm going to go right back to Heavyweight saying, is that a new mic? And Ash, tell the people. Is it a new mic?
Yeah, I talked to Don Cornelius, and on the set of Soul Train, they got me this light up mic, and
Well, yeah. I mean, a few seconds ago, you were holding it like a lightsaber.
Well, I mean, I got a
Hey, how
party.
many people who listen to the show know that reference you just made?
Probably just you guys and Heavyweight, because he has gray hair a little bit. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that because Heavyweight has a response to that comment. Because then when he said that, our very own Esteban commented on that comment, "New Mike, who dis?" And then Heavyweight says, "New Mike looked like lava lamp, lol." And then Melissa responds, "He likes the attention. He thinks he's all bad."
There's a lot of fucking. I gotta get a lot of bats this week. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
And then the last comment
Like,
from
literally like 7'1", so no, I'm not gonna mess with them.
the last comment from Heavyweight for that same episode is Optimus Prime shaking Luis will be a funny short. I don't remember the context of that.
Really?
I don't remember the context of that either.
Because you were talking
But
about
the thought of it would be really funny.
The thought of it is
it would be
amazing.
really funny. Yeah, but I think it was in reference to when you were referring to having the Gen 1 Optimus Prime where it was all metal. Remember?
Oh,
And
when
you
I
said that
when I
pinched your
and
head.
it
Yeah.
pinched me. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. God,
Yeah, that's what it was.
God bless your good memory, sir. Not
It's
God
all-
bless.
I only got
You
it
know
for
what
a
I
little
mean.
bit, so
You know what I mean.
thank Optimus Prime.
Oh, Optimus Prime, thank you, and thank you, Heavyweight. Maybe there
For
will
the
be
scars.
a sketch, dude. That fucking toy. There's this local flea market, I guess, Frankenstein's card show, in City of Industry, and they have a shop that has all the old school toys, like the 80s, 90s toys. And so that metal version of Optimus Prime, the one that I had, God knows what happened to it, but they had it there and they're pricing it like at $150 and it's worn the fuck out. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Like these toys that are just like before they changed the materials, like because it was made out of fucking steel and the tires were actual rubber and stuff like that. Like, yeah, crazy. Anyway.
No, I was gonna say, I think I know what you're gonna start talking about. Did you guys see the new one that's coming out? The new Gen 1 Optimus Prime?
No.
Okay, so it's in the truck form, and then it's voice activated. So you tell them Optimus transform, and then it actually will transform on its own. Or if you say like Autobots roll out or something like that. No, yeah, when you say Autobots roll out, it'll transform back into the truck. But it's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like it'll change.
Didn't they even have the sound effect that like a little?
It does the sound effects and everything, but it's funny because and it's a little creepy to be quite honest, because when it transforms into the robot form, like it stabilizes itself and then it acts, it replicates like if it's breathing. So it like you can see it like shifting and kind of moving and stuff like that a little bit. So it's a little creepy, but it would be pretty dope to have.
It's small soldiers up in this bitch.
Dude, don't even get me started on that damn movie.
When the batteries start to short, like it just transforms on its own.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Watching like The Conjuring or something, and it's like,
oh yeah, and then I mean, especially like with that, there's when Toy Story 4 came out, my boys wanted the updated versions of Woody and Buzz and stuff like that, and those were voice activated. So when you stand up Woody or Buzz and you're playing, the boys are playing with them, you tell them Andy's coming, they will legit drop on their own. Like they'll fall down like if like they do in the movie, and then when
it's pretty creepy, man.
Yeah, it is. And then when you say Andy's gone or or the coast is clear or something like that, I swear to God, they'll stand back up like on their own. That shit's it's creepy, dude. It really is creepy.
Oh man. The toys you get your kids, man.
Creepy as fuck.
Shifting along on these comments, we got podcast favorite, Mr. Zach Freeman. Yeah, dude, bro, ha ha ha. I was so laughing my ass off in the opening segment. Love the impersonation of me. I think I'm more of a mix of Jeff Spicoli and Keanu but I do the Garth thing with the hair behind the ears, so close enough. My final meal would be a 5 carne asada tacos with cilantro and red onion. I know, boring, but it is my favorite. And dessert would be a cannoli, and I'll drink an old fashioned with Woodford Reserve whiskey. Also, Ash, cool mic, you sound amazing, said in Huelhauser voice.
Oh, amazing. That was horrible. But yeah, I get it.
Oh man. That was such a nice detailed comment. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. But what's funny is you know your friend so well when you were doing your impersonation of him. You're like, trust me, he's laughing right now. He loves this, and yeah, he loved it. He was laughing. He digs it.
Right before typing, he was like, then typing it out. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, you know what? Actually, he commented one more time. He says, Luis, sweet tooth. Agreed on all points. It is a slow burn at times, but it's worth the watch. I'm invested and I want to see what happens next.
He was calling you sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Luis, your sweet tooth.
My sweet tooth self. Everybody, you please put Sweet Tooth on your watch list. It is so good. All right, we're down to the last 2 guys. Hang in there.
Thank you, guys.
Hey man, people love us now, so
No, I know. I feel bad because it's like it's Andres' host, and 15 minutes in. Thank you, sir. All right, so Vanessa Ayala's last meal is definitely red chilaquiles. Also some good aguachile, a michelada, and a Bloody Maria. Them Latin roots.
The green chili. Fuck that noise. Well, I haven't really had the red chili. I don't know if it's because I feel like it'll be spicy, but
everything
green chili at work.
Typically, the green is spicier. They do change it up depending on the place that you go. But I'm down with red chilaquiles also, Vanessa. And you said exactly what Andres said, that the correct answer was Bloody Mary. So, sorry for being wrong. Sorry for being wrong on what I wanted on my last meal.
Sorry, I offended you on my last meal.
And actually, commenting on that, Melissa Morales, I can never look at a mimosa again and not think about Luis shitting himself. LOL. Awesome episode. I also saw that Rob Zombie is in Budapest scouting locations for monsters, and I'm impressed.
Did you guys see the castle?
I did not.
It looks
No.
Go ahead. I'll find the picture.
Yeah, it looks dope. But again, I'm still on the fence.
Yeah, reserves. Reserves isn't bad.
Because
I mean, it's not like we're gonna expect,
no,
Infinity.
it's just like how Luis was saying. We've been betrayed by Hollywood many times, so we're gonna hold back.
It starts real footage. No, it's not. Goddamn it.
Not even filming yet, and they're already trying to reboot his fucking Monsters.
The trailer to before the Monsters is the reboot. Like, we haven't even seen the real one. That concludes our comments. Again, thank you everybody for all the love. Anything you hear, if you want to comment on a comment or you want to back up a point that we spoke about, or just like Heavyweight said, we were talking about my Optimus Prime situation that scarred my hand. Please comment, let us know, and we will read it on the next episode. And with that, sir, it goes right back to you, Andres.
Thanks for that, Luis. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. So there was news that the Supernatural, the TV series, there's a prequel in the works, and Jensen Ackles is supposed to be be a part of it. Sorry. So it's going to be focused on the parents. The series is going to be titled The Winchesters, and Jensen's going to be playing the narrator in the show. What do you guys think?
I'm over it. I'm sorry.
There was a thing where I just saw the title, and I guess it was like an apology to Jensen, but I don't know what the apology was for.
No, No, it was no. What ended up happening is there was a little bit of drama between Jensen and Jared, because Jensen and his wife are executive producer. No, yes, Jensen and his wife are executive producers on this Winchester show. So it kind of it was a he was Jared was annoyed because he had nothing to do with it. He had no idea that this was happening. He wanted to be involved in it, but it was just kind of like, we're gonna do it and not tell him type thing. That's what it seemed like. So Jared went on this rant on Twitter, like, "Oh, thanks a lot, bro. I thought we were friends," or like just calling him out on Twitter and everything. But like within like an hour, it was like squashed. And then you see Jared send out a tweet like, "Oh yeah, we're family ball, this and that." So I'm honestly, it's 15 seasons that we saw that this show went on. Okay, 15 seasons. I think it was like over 300 episodes. I think I'm good. I think the supernatural bug is over for me. Don't get me wrong. I was invested for that amount of time. But I will be the first one to shit on it when I have to, because it really was very repetitive. And don't get me wrong, I loved it. It got to the point where obviously they ran out of ideas. There was a Scooby-Doo episode. Okay. There was tons of episodes where you're just like, okay, these are filler episodes. It's like 20 something episodes. And out of those 23 episodes, 10 of them were filler episodes. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like...
what Arrow started to become?
Yes, exactly. Because the first 5 seasons were great. It had that horror aspect to it and stuff like that.
Dude, that first season, I was so in love with it. Like,
the first season was
I was like, how did I not watch this when it came out? And then I got into season 2, and I was like, I can do this. And then by season 3, I was like, I think I'm out. And then I didn't hate it. I just stopped. And then I think I just checked out, and I ended up catching a couple episodes on season 5. And I think that's when you and I met. Yeah. Because I was watching it after it had come out, and you were on like the then season 10. I'm like, how are you still watching it? And you're like, I don't know. I'm in too long. I can't quit now. You defended it. You defended it like tooth and nail. And so to hear you speak about it now is just so mind blowing to me.
I mean, it's because when you're invested for 15 seasons, it's 15 years, man. Like I am 36 years old. Okay. 15 years of my life was invested in this goddamn show. Okay. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It had its ups, it had its downs and everything like that. But, I'll be the first one to say it was very repetitive. It's like, oh, so-and-so died again. Oh, so-and-so was resurrected again.
Like death didn't have that consequence. So you didn't care.
No, but being this falls into that category where the showrunners listen to the fans, which is why it went 15 seasons. This show was supposed to be 5 seasons, and that was it. The actor that played Castiel was only supposed to be on there for 2 episodes, and he was supposed to die. Obviously didn't happen. And it just kept on going. This was supposed to be a 5-season series and be done with it. You're in, you're out, move on. But because the showrunners listen to the fans, and it's like, bring back Castiel, bring back Chuck, bring back so-and-so, bring back, it just kept on going. And I honestly felt that it came to the point where they're in the writer's room and they had a board up and they were just throwing darts. Fucking Cain and Abel. Fuck it. Let's go to Cain. Let's talk about Cain and Abel. Why not? There's a parallel there. 2 brothers, Cain and Abel, blah, blah, so I'm not super excited about this Winchester thing. Because I have a feeling that this is already the second spinoff that they were trying to do. The first one that was killed right away was going to be called Wayward Sisters, and it was supposed to follow one of the police officers that they befriended, and then her adoptive daughters. So it was supposed to follow, and then WB like kiboshed it real quick right out the gate. So it didn't even get into pre-production. So then now they're going to do this one. So I don't know. I'm not very happy about it, but then again, who's going to listen to me?
I mean, just segueing a tiny bit, it's pretty shitty what that they didn't involve. What's his name? Jared's the one that didn't get involved.
Yeah, Jared.
Like that would be like, we're recording this podcast and we're working on it together, and then I see a commercial that there's a comics movie starring Esteban. I'm like, the fuck? Like, I didn't hear about this. Like, and it's like, oh, it's just a thing I'm working on. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That does seem pretty shitty. And of course they would squash it, like, on the public eye, but that's still a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't expect it to go anywhere. I mean, if it goes one season, good for them, but I think we have told every story up until for this the span of the family. I think in one season, half the season was dedicated to the mom and dad in the past, so it's just, I think they've covered everything. And with Jared or Jensen narrating, it feels very Wonder Years type with the narrating, and like how a lot of these shows are going, like the Everybody Hates Chris and the How I Met Your Mother and stuff like that. They're adding the narrating at the beginning, and then the show plays out, like Goldbergs, like the TV show The Goldbergs, stuff like that, so I wish them the best of luck, but I mean, I probably will not be watching that one because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. 15 years, man.
That should be the best fucking thing on TV.
And
first episode, they have jet shoes. I want to watch this.
Moving along now. So there's another series in the works, this time at HBO. It's a Madam X series on HBO Max. I'm sorry. Angela Robinson will be the showrunner for the show, and J.J. Abrams is set to be the executive producer. Stefan, what do you think?
Honestly, anything with Abrams as the showrunner, I'm in. I feel that he's done very well, especially in TV shows, Lost, and then some of the movies that he's done, especially if the production company Bad Robot's going to be involved. A lot of the stuff that Bad Robot does is great. It's primed. So I'm not super familiar with Madam X, but again, being the nerd and geek that we all are, I'm definitely going to catch at least a few episodes to kind of get a feel of the character and understand who Madam X is. So,
not from I Love Lucy, clearly, right? Madam X from I Love Lucy, clearly, it's not. No,
it's a DC property, so I don't think so.
EP property. Okay, bro, my bad.
Fucking.
I did you. Luis, do you know anything about, like, it's not even my show? I'm sorry, Andres. Do you know anything about Madam X?
No.
Ash, do you know anything about Madam X?
Oh, nice. I was the one who guessed it was fucking I Love Lucy because they have a Madam X episode.
She's kind of like a tarot reader with magic powers and stuff. She's come out in Swamp Thing a lot.
Yes,
So there's that Justice League Dark tie-in that they could use, which would be super dope. So maybe we get some appearances from other characters that we've been wanting to see.
Maybe they might cameo some of the Swamp Thing canceled Swamp Thing that was.
I believe she did come out in that series. I believe that her character does come out in that series. So
character, but not actress.
No, yeah, they haven't casted anybody yet.
I see.
But it's an HBO show, and HBO does nothing but fucking gold. So I'm super excited about this.
I mean, does it? HBO.
I thought
Game
so.
of Thrones.
Sponsored.
There it is.
Why are you bringing up old shit, man? HBO Max originals have been good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why are you bringing up that old shit? Get that old shit out of here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, HBO Max has been pretty solid. I haven't been disappointed with the show yet.
Yeah, enjoying it a lot so far. All right, so into the next news. We got reports that Good Omens season 2 is set to go. Neil Gaiman is coming back as the executive producer, the showrunner, and he's writing along with John Feinmore. Also coming back is David Tennant and Michael Sheen. Did you get anybody on the cast to watch the show, the first season?
Yes.
Nobody.
We got
yes?
one.
Oh.
We got one.
Yes,
Yes, Esteban watched it.
What did it stream on?
Amazon.
Yeah, it was on Amazon.
It was 10 episodes, I think. 10 episodes. Yep. It's on Prime right now. David Tennant and Michael Sheen are two actors that whatever they're in, I'm gonna watch. It doesn't matter. Yep. They are phenomenal actors. The only reason why I got into Doctor Who was because of David Tennant. So it's fantastic. That premise is fantastic. It's about an angel and a demon, and they're like best friends. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. And what they're trying to do is stop the Antichrist from showing up and destroying the world. So it's actually pretty cool. David Tennant is phenomenal, and Michael Sheen is, and it just shows the two-sided coin that Michael Sheen is, because I see him in Prodigal Son, and then I see him in Good Omens. So you can see his range of acting. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to end up catching it. I thought it was fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. It's a good watch. There's a lot of British humor in it. So if British humor is not your thing, still watch it. It's still fun. You know, it might be difficult to follow along with the.
Is it a British show?
I don't believe so, but there is a lot of the British humor in there. So.
But it's American English, not British English.
It's a mixture of both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I will watch.
I did watch the show as well. David Tennant and Michael Sheen together are a really good pair, and it's very enjoyable to watch them just for them playing off each other. So at the very least, regardless of the story, I did like the story, but I mostly fell in love with them two playing off each other. So if you guys haven't seen it, I would suggest watching it as well. Mm-hmm. Good. Moving on, since nobody else has anything to chime in on.
Sorry, me nodding my head on a audio podcast probably isn't the most receptive. Next time I will say, I agree.
Well, no worries.
No, it's all good. It's all good because we figured out gallery mode. So
it's true.
So we're good.
Was also reports on Michael Keaton signing on for 3 more DC movies. What do you guys go ahead, Ash? I'll jump to you first on this.
Thinking Batman Beyond.
I was going to ask, were the reports that it was animated or live action film?
No, it said something about animated, but it didn't say like it was I believe, I absolutely could be wrong, but the way I read it was like the name of it was animation something, but not that it was.
The people that reported it were an animation studio, but it wasn't confirmed whether those movies were going to be animated or live action.
Armin is my subtitle for when you guys don't know what I'm going to say. What I'm saying.
I think we all are Ash translators.
Yeah, I like that wink at the end though. Makes you feel sexy. But yeah, so I think even if it's gonna be a Batman Beyond, whatever, like DC comes out with fucking awesome animated movies, so it'd still be cool to hear his voice. Then again, there's Kevin Conroy, so I don't know, but hopefully it's like a legit thing, and it's just Batman Beyond.
Carmen, what do you think?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I know this came because he's in the Flash movie, and so after his performance, I guess, it was decided to give him the deal for the 3 movies. I don't have anything against Michael Keaton's performance as Batman, so I'm all for it. I just don't know where they're going to be taking it, whether it's going to be, well, obviously it's going to be a separate universe or alternate reality, so that's cool with me. So, I mean, I have no problem with it. I'm excited to see what happens with it.
Allison, Miss Sevan?
Yeah, I mean, last time we saw Michael Keaton as Batman was in '92, so I'm stoked. It looks like he's embracing it. I think he liked it. You know what I mean? Being back on set and playing Bruce Wayne again and stuff like that. I think he liked it. You know, the Batman bug bit him again. So it's for him to be doing 3 movies. I think that's going to be fantastic, whether it's animated or live action. I know for a fact that if it is a live action, I feel that there's no other way to go but Batman Beyond. And I know, and I'm not going to speak for him, but I know one of our co-hosts here is a massive Batman Beyond fan, and I'm pretty sure he might dig that as well. So,
Definitely.
Go for it, Luis.
I'm not holding my breath for Batman Beyond. Because, hold on, it sounds great, and I would love that to happen. Here's a fun thing. It might be closer than we realize. So I want to take you back to when Dark Knight, the year or two before Batman Begins came out. When Batman Begins started production, right before they signed Christopher Nolan to be the director, the movie they thought they were going to make was a Batman Beyond film. And it wasn't until Nolan got signed as a director that he had a vision for Batman to make it more grounded. And they chose to have faith in this director and then kind of let him do with the project, which he did a phenomenal job. And so, but in short, the Batman Beyond almost happened. The reason it didn't was we got the Dark Knight trilogy. So had you told me 10 years ago when those movies came out that we're going to get a Batman Beyond film, I'd say you're wrong. Like, I didn't think that it would happen. I didn't think it was that mainstream for it to happen. And so the idea that it's coming up again, because it seems like the very logical thing to do, that we got an older Bruce Wayne and he looks like Bruce Wayne. And if the way he acted in Spider-Man Homecoming as Vulture, like how he could be a piece of shit and just sarcastic and just this authoritative tone and voice, like I can see him playing an old bitter Bruce like that. Or even, and I hate to say this because this was more of like a comedic drama, Birdman. Like the way he was in Birdman, he was just this like older, like veteran actor that's just sick of everyone's bullshit. So he was just kind of just. Would I fucking jizz myself if that gets announced? Absolutely. On the spot. Do I think it's gonna happen? Not really. I think it's gonna go, if anything, I can see a spin-off of like the Flashpoint Paradox, and he plays this like other version, kind of what they wanted what's his face to play. Negan, Walking Dead.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
How we wanted him to play Thomas Wayne. But I can see them wanting to like maybe shift it because he's no longer really part of the universe, how they're like kind of restructuring everything. So, so I don't know, like, or are they going to go somewhere newer? Are they going to go with like the Rebirth books that when they rebooted it after the New 52 reboot? Yeah. In the Rebirth, old Batman meets young Batman, and then this like the Watchmen and everything turns into one universe or whatever. Mm-hmm. We could potentially see him talk to what's his face, Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Pattinson, of like passing a torch or whatever. So there's so many things that can happen, and I think those things would happen before a Batman Beyond film would happen. But again, just myself. Back to you, Andres.
Awesome. We'll finish it off with you jizzing yourself. Uh,
When I get the notification.
are you raising your hand to talk?
I am, but I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. The two Batman I will always fucking respect the most are Adam West. Well, most of all, Michael Keaton and Adam West. There's just so many people that have been like, yeah, I did Batman. Yeah, it was cool, like whatever. But these motherfuckers are the only two people that are like, yeah, I'm Batman. You know what I mean? Like, they can go and do 50 other fucking films and yeah, I'm Batman. He's done Vulture, he's done whatever, but he did a college speech and said, I'm Batman. Like, they're not ashamed of being like, if I'm known for that one character, like I've done a million things and my body of work speaks for itself. So if you only know me as this, fuck it, I'm Batman. Like, I don't know, I just respect the hell out of that. And then two, do you feel like Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be a little bit Watchmen comedian as Batman? If they went that route?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think if Jeffrey Dean Morgan ever played Thomas Wayne again and was that version of Batman, I think he would fucking kill it, dude.
He
I
would
really
kill
do.
that role. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he would, because of the comedian. You know what I mean? Because of the sinister comedian that he was in Watchmen, I feel that he can somehow channel that or piggyback off of that and then turn it into the Thomas Wayne Batman that we saw in either the Flashpoint Paradox comic book or in the animation, you know? So I think he can do it. I would love to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne, you know, donning the Batman suit, you know what I mean? With the red eyes and then the way that the cape, you know, kind of hooks up like an actual bat and stuff like that. Are you kidding me? That would be amazing, you know, to see that. So,
and then lastly, I never came around on Batman Beyond because I'm so used to the brooding, the fucking intimidation factor, and like a skinny Batman that moves like Robin. Again, it's just not, I don't know. I haven't come around. Like if they make a version, I'm not saying be all fucking buff and brooding, but if they make something maybe in the middle where he's just not so.
Well, then that wouldn't be Batman Beyond now, would it?
That's true.
Check out season 1. Season 1 of Batman Beyond picks up right where the Batman animated series left off.
We did talk about that. That's not streaming anywhere yet, or is it?
Yes, it is. HBO Max.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
All 5 seasons. And it's so well done. Season 2 is where it starts to get. I see your argument. Like, he starts to get more comfortable. He gets cocky, but then season 2 is very pivotal because that's his first big failure. And
I'm interested.
And then season 3, it's kind of like he's starting to realize that this shit's real. Now, one of the biggest gripes that I had was that they created new villains for Batman Beyond, but a lot of the villains that really hit home, the ones that I thought was like the shit, were Batman's old rogue gallery. The new villains, they got front and center for a little bit, but like the really heavy hitters were when, hey, do you remember this guy from way back when? Well, he's back. And so Batman Beyond is a really cool way of showing, hey, Bruce Wayne got old, so did this villain, and now this is happening in this villain's world. And I don't want to ruin it because I don't want your brain to explore it. Like, it's much funner when you watch an episode and you see remnants of something, and then right before you put your finger on it, they reveal it. And it's like, oh shit. And so a lot of the oh shit moments is because the people that potentially have watched it were fans of Batman animated series, and it goes full circle of like, oh, of course Bruce is going to be alone because of how he was, but this villain, of course this is what's going to happen because this is what the life that they chose, you know, or whatever. And like one of the best fucking animations that I've seen, I put it up there with Rise of the Red Hood, is Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Oh,
my
that
God.
one was
Fucking made me cry like a bitch every time I watch it. Like, it's such a heavy film. It's so good. So good. Mark Hamill, phenomenal acting. Kevin Conroy, like, everyone just brings their A game. Everyone. So, anyway, season 1 is, if you like, as much as you like Batman animated series, you would love season 1. Because you get Kevin Conroy kind of like, not narrating, but a lot of it is over his shoulder before it kind of like officially passes it over to Terry.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. But real quick, Ash, to piggyback off of what you were saying about Michael Keaton, Tom Holland on the set of Homecoming, he always said that whenever he was running lines with Michael Keaton, and there were a few times where, you know, it was like face to face, you know, Michael Keaton and Tom Holland, and then as soon as they hit cut, he'd whisper in Tom Holland's ear, "I'm Batman." You know, he would do that, you know, constantly. So yeah, you're right. You know, his entire body of work, from being a comedic actor all the way up to being, you know, being taken as a serious actor, his whole body of work it speaks for itself. But what's the one thing that he always goes back to, which shows how much fun he had doing, is Batman.
That, and he fucking earned it, man. Being a comedian, they didn't see it, and he fucking still got that shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to do a meme where it's him whispering. You know how they have that meme where it's the person whispering and then there's like the hairs on your arm?
The goosebumps?
Oh, yeah.
Whispering, I'm Batman, and then
the goosebumps? That's funny.
I guarantee you we're going to hear it when that Flash movie comes out, so.
Of course.
Oh my God. And movie and theaters are back in business.
Mm-hmm.
The roar of applause and cheering that you would hear in that theater when he says, "I'm Batman."
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. There goes Luis again.
With that, I'll move on again.
Yes, please.
Look over, I'm smoking a cigarette.
So there was reports this week as well that Warner Brothers turned down Kevin Smith's pitch he wanted to do a series or a movie on the character The Question, and Warner Brothers turned him down as it was too dark of a script. So, Esteban, what do you think?
I think that's bullshit. You know, because of, I mean, I just think that they're still worried about it being Kevin Smith. You know, and if many of you don't know, The Question is a DC character, and he's, when you see him, he it's not like a Rorschach mask, but it's a mask that he wears.
It's just a blank face.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like amateur shaman, he's expert detective, martial arts master, you know, stuff like that. So he's very Batman without being Batman, you know, the gadgets and whatnot, the $1 million or the, you know what I mean? Like his toys, you know. I think it's bullshit for them to go ahead and do that. I just think Warner Brothers is just worried because their movies are in the toilet right now, or their DC universe is in the toilet right now. And then plus with Kevin Smith pitching it, I'm sure that they were just like, it's Kevin Smith, like he does nothing but dick and fart jokes. So
that's what I was gonna lean more towards. Like, I wonder how much of it was that, because there's so much risk going on in DC. Like, I don't know if I want to risk giving you our property. Like, he has directed a lot of the.
That's
DC
weird because it's a property that nobody would have thought of.
Exactly.
I didn't think of it.
Yeah, and it's like IP. They're bringing a property forward, and if it does semi decent, they can make it a series, and they have a character, and they have something to go to. Mm-hmm. So that's why I find it weird that they say it's too dark. Plus, they're the same fucking company that did Batman versus Superman, was just dark as shit. So
I think they've learned their lesson. I think
maybe.
Anyway.
No, it's the same company that, like you said, did Batman versus Superman, did The Watchmen. Come on, you know. It's
the same director. Like, again, they might have learned their lesson. They were like fuck this dude, fuck all dark. Everyone's gonna love each other now. Cue in Shazam. Like, you know, The whole family gets powers. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just making light of it. I loved that movie, but it was just like
you get powers.
Yeah, but it was like so night and day, right? And
yeah.
But it was such a charming, good film. But before I get too far away from Kevin Smith, I don't know if you guys heard. I don't know if it's out already or it's out in a couple days. There's the He-Man show. That's brought to you by Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He directing, writing, screenplay. He's essentially all the forefront. Who knows if? And it's. I was watching a trailer before I hopped on actually about it, and it picks up where the animated series left off, and it's gonna conclude the war against
Skeletor.
So if that turns out to be good, who knows? Maybe other projects will start opening up for him. Like, I know he got a lot of heat when he was writing for Daredevil, and he killed off who did he kill off? Mysterio in a Daredevil comic, and a lot of fans were upset because it's, why would you kill a Spider-Man villain in a non-Spider-Man book or whatever? And I know he got backlash. I mean, I didn't hate the dude. Like, I'm a fan of good storytelling. I've never read any of his comics though, so I don't know. I know he has love for them, but I don't know how well.
He made Batman piss himself.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Huh.
So there's that.
I think that is a wonderful note to go to leave on. Back to you, Andres.
No, but his writing style, I think, is very realistic. You know what I mean? Not realistic. You know what I mean? It's very. It's like very common day to day. You know, his thing is dialogue.
I see what you're saying.
You know, his thing is dialogue. That's his thing. You know, so for him to, and I'm right there with you. I'm a fan of great storytelling. If you tell me a story and it contains Spider-Man villains and it contains, you know, X-Men villains in the story, and it's a great fucking story, I'm gonna love the story, you know, because it gives depth to the characters. It explains the characters and whatnot. Who gives a shit if he ends up killing it off? But I get it. There's a lot of fans that, you know, think that it's a disservice, you know, for that, you know. When the Steve Rogers comic came out where he said "Hail Hydra," the writer received the writer received death threats, you know, from fans. Like, what the fuck, really? Like, come on, man. Like, it's a comic book.
Yeah.
Like, fucking get over it. It's a comic book.
Can you imagine the threat though? I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
As soon as
why did he send me an audio tape? Like,
I wasn't grounded by my parents.
And I can guarantee you that, you know, he probably didn't take a lot of these seriously, you know, these death threats seriously, because it's a comic book. It's like, I'm a writer, I'm doing my job. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand when it comes down to the argument, this hero versus this hero, who's going to win? Well, who does it ultimately end up being? It falls on the writer. If the writer wants the Thing to beat the shit out of the Hulk, it's going to happen. If the writer wants Spider-Man to beat the shit out of Magneto or beat the shit out of, you know, Galactus, the writer's going to find a way, and it's going to happen. But there's too many people out there that are like, well, that's really not going to happen. It's Spider-Man. He's fighting Galactus. Like, that's impossible. Like, he can't do that, you know?
It has to, or else it's going to be boring as fuck, and you got to come up with a million fucking issues. Like, if it's just Spider-Man saves the day every day, like, you need those fucking moments. I mean, the Batman thing about pissing himself, I don't know what context it was, but even I was shaking my head. But again, you know, I'm just used to Batman. Like, you could fucking sever his fucking finger in front of you, and he'd just be like.
I mean, to be fair, there was a whole book dedicated to him losing his mind and him having a backup plan. Batman R.I.P. Really good book, and. And he was a homeless person because he lost his memory. He didn't know what to do. So that was a good book. That was a good storyline. But if I was to just tell you, oh, what's this book about? Oh, Batman's homeless. You're like, the fuck? Like, that out of context, like, without telling you the buildup of what happened, that it's actually, no, the Black Glove took him out. They thought that they were actually going to kill him, but what happened? The blast took out his memory. but he's so smart that he has a memory saved in the back of his memory, so that even though he doesn't remember he's Batman, he remembers. Fuck, I forgot the name of the his alter ego in his memory. I think it was like, I forgot, but it was like a yellow purple suit that he was pushing around as he's homeless, but he still had his martial arts skill and whatever. But if I was to just give you a snippet of that, or in this case, Batman pissed himself without knowing, like, it could have been a good thing.
Yeah, like what happened that, you know what I mean? Like, what happened? Like, did he, maybe he saw his parents re-die again? Like, we don't know what context it was, but it was kind of
okay,
like,
see, that would be heartbreaking if he just like drops to a knee and he's like paralyzed.
I have the context if you want.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
So, it is supposed to be a 12-part.
Sorry,
it's all right. It was supposed to be a 12-part series, and only 6 of them has come out so far. He's telling a character that he created that in his first years as Batman, while he was going after a mobster, he had a bladder spasm and pissed himself in the suit. So,
oh Jesus,
that's context though. Like, fuck, we saw Batman and Batman Beyond fucking hit a fucking fire escape thing like with his face. Like, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, did he have a he could have had a bladder spasm because he got shot in the blood. You know what? Okay, whatever. I'm good, I guess.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like it ultimately comes down to the writer. So whatever the writer wants to put out, and that's what the writer's going to put out. It's not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean that it makes the character any less than what they are. You know, than what we know them to be.
Yeah.
But you know, for it to turn into death threats or just a pitch that's just like automatically denied because of who he is, if that's what it boiled down to, you know, they're just kind of like, no, it's Kevin Smith. We're not going to go ahead and give him one of our beloved properties, which isn't doing shit but just sitting on a shelf. You know, why not take the risk? I mean, what does Warner Brothers honestly have to lose? Honestly, what do they have to lose? Credibility? For what? Their movies fucking suck right now.
They're inching back. I mean, don't get me wrong, Wonder Woman was a big slip, but Shazam was good. That was a genuinely good movie. And Carmen, have you seen it yet?
No, sorry.
Girl, get on that. I'm telling you, the second you watch it, you're going to hate yourself for waiting this long for not watching it. I digress.
Sorry. See, it came up on my HBO watch list because I added it to my watch list, but I opted to keep watching the animated series, the Batman animated
which
series,
is also good.
rather than watching Shazam, but I will watch it, I promise.
Shazam is amazing, but then Aquaman was good. Amazing? Good. But because it was better than anything else that DC had been shelving out, it's like, it's happening. DC's getting good. Like, and so then they're putting, I think, a lot of energy to like, let's keep this momentum. Mm-hmm. That was my only point. It's like, I get it. I get your perspective too, though. It's like, you're already at the floor. Like, you can't get lower than that. Like, just figure something out. But take then I think, yeah.
Armin, what do you think about DC not wanting to go forward with that idea, that pitch?
Okay, so I was trying to research this topic earlier, and what I came across was not like comicbook.com, but I think it was like a thread on Reddit. And I mean, take it for what it is. It's a thread on Reddit, but it stated that it wasn't Warner Bros. That declined to do this, but it was the second party that had approval for it. So I'm guessing that would be Time Warner or AT&T that had the problem with it. But again, they're the ones that approved the whole oh my god, Snyderverse. Mm-hmm. So I don't see where that would be a problem. I mean, a different take hasn't served DC any different. It would actually serve it better to see what could be done with a story. different than what we've received so far. So I mean, I would be open to the idea. It sucks that he got shut down, and I don't know if it's because of who he is or what he's written before, but I mean, that's tough. I would like to see it.
I agree with you. Ash, have anything?
I feel like the people at Warner Brothers handle things like Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck about that person. Bring him up, blah, blah, blah. They start chanting his name. They want him to fucking win a title. He gets fucking popular. And then Vince McMahon goes, okay, that's great. Everything you're doing is great. But now we're going to make you a trash man. What the fuck are you doing? Meaning, like, it's almost like
Drosy?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, not to bring up WWE, but like you have fucking Aleister Black, you have fucking Ricochet, and for some reason you can't figure out what to do with them. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like, like they're not. Marvel's awesome at involving Rob Liefeld, involving Jim Lee, involving. What I'm saying by that is like involving the writers who have written these fucking people forever. I'm not just saying them, but like whoever the writers are, and making it fucking very genuine. And I feel like DC WB is very like, okay, so this hot Instagrammer needs to be in it, and she needs to blah blah blah. Then we need to make her happy, and then we need to do this, and then we need to make sure that this happens. Like, they try to put so many people that the story is not there, and it just sucks. Like, you fucking had Wonder Woman, and I feel like maybe it was kind of hands off, and then, hey, it's a success. So now we need to make it where it's like she was always a heroine. She was never, it never needed to be pushed into your fucking face. And then they even had 2 different scenes where it was that. Like, they just, I don't know. They can't get it right because they feel like they don't give a fuck about it until like, hey, it's making money. Now we need to capitalize on it instead of just leaving them the fuck alone. Like, Batman Returns is great. And now we need to fucking add color, and now we need to fucking make it kid friendly. And then like you lose the whole, you could have had Michael Keaton another 8 movies if you just left it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. And they're not learning their lesson, but they're trying to catch up to these people that found the formula, and they're comparing themselves to them, but still trying to keep their formula. It's just not going to fucking work. Mm-hmm. So I
just don't think they have a formula at all. And it's like you were saying earlier, whereas they are trying to capitalize on something that is making them money. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I'm Kevin Smith and I'm pitching this idea, and Warner Bros, let's just play the fifth, that Warner Bros said fine, but then AT&T or Time Warner Media said no, it's too risky, it's too dark. And then it's like, but what if it was successful? Like, you don't know where you could take the story, and this is somebody that knows this character, but you're not even giving them the benefit of the doubt just because you think it's not going to be successful for whatever reason. Because one, it hasn't been presented. There's no history of like, you can say, well, present me with the facts that it's going to be successful. You know what I mean? So like, I don't agree with that, because I don't think that a story shouldn't be told or presented just because it may not make money, because you don't know. And I think that that's where Marvel took the risk and presents those stories where it's like, it may not do good, but we're going to do it regardless. You know what I mean? Like, we hadn't gotten a broad story of Scarlet Witch, but then they did WandaVision, and we fell in love. You know what I mean? And it worked. Yeah. But it's like DC isn't willing to take this risk with characters because like they're not known. It's not something that people want. And it's like, how do you fucking know what people want?
What's interesting is Disney slash Marvel commits. They do something and they're going to commit to it, and the first one may not work well, but they'll keep going. Be like, okay, it's still part of this universe. We're still gonna keep it going, like to make it happen. And DC tends to jump ship, like, oh, that didn't work. Let's pull back. Like, they had a certain structure for the first Wonder Woman, and then Patty Jenkins pushed back on certain scenes. Those scenes were the favorite scenes of the whole movie, and then a lot of the directors were bowing out from Marvel, saying we don't have creative control. And then DC steps up. Guess what? We give our people creative control. And then Zack Snyder is doing what he's doing. It's like, guess what? We're taking it away. But then with the Wonder Woman film, they let her have creative control. We got what we got, and then they're seeming to pull back now again and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe Marvel had it right. Like, maybe we'll do that. But it's either commit to one or the other. You can't keep this 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake shit. Like,
what was cool too about Marvel was like, these are all stories that have been told, and we're more, fuck, this is going to be awesome because this is going to be told. The Infinity War, the Civil War is going to be told. Like, even though they changed it up, we made it nerd-wise. We made it cool. This is why you're going to care, and this is why it's cool. To the general public that didn't know anything about, this is a comic book, like this was a comic book that was already been done, but to them, the general public, this whole story is like a whole little, like, almost like an evolution within the only the movie line. But we've already knew this. Like, if they say we're going to do a Civil War, if you read the book, we already know kind of at least what the story is going to be. They might Walking Dead it and like this person dies and not this person, but you know what I mean? But at the same time, we knew the overall story arc. To these people, like, who have no idea what's going to come, I thank you. Like, it's amazing. Like, for Marvel, we make it cool. And DC is trying to start off by like, this is cool because Lady Gaga's in it. And it's like, no, homie, this is not, you're not going with what it is. Like, just, you're not copying them. And even if you do, even if you get criticized for copying Marvel, fucking do it and make it a success. And then, just, I'm not saying start over and be Batman and then Superman and blah, blah, blah. And like, don't start over. Just figure your shit out.
Yeah.
Like, copy my homework, but just make it a little different.
Right. Just make it different. Just change the name. And then, when you have to write it out, just fucking, hey, you just made me go, I copied Ken's homework for a long time. I just changed up the words.
But even like, let's say Disney's, the way that they attack Star Wars. Not all of the Star Wars projects hit, but they stick with it. Like, granted, Solo was a one-shot project. Well, they were alluding to potentially expanding that, right?
Right.
But that was its thing, and it received the reviews it received, and then, but prior to that was
Rogue One.
Rogue One. I was like, Rebel One? No, yeah, Rogue One. Rogue One, and that one got positive reviews. And then we got The Last Jedi, which got bad reviews, which, again, I've mentioned before that I really, really like that movie now and rewatching it. And so that was, I think, probably the only time that we see them kind of scramble to be like, oh, shit, they're not ready for this much change.
Yeah.
And then we still got a flawed movie with good scenes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is probably the best way that I can explain, because it wasn't a bad movie. I've seen bad movies. One of them is called Batman vs. Superman, especially when you watch it at 1 a.m. And that wasn't that. It wasn't necessarily good. Like, there was a lot of things like, you're lying to me. This wasn't a plan. This wasn't this. But, like, come on. The C-3PO, I was just looking at my friends one last time. Like, shit, the fucking...
You didn't like that line?
No, I'm saying these are the good things. Like you can't tell me you didn't like
I was like,
yeah, no,
it was a fucking robot with no facial expression. Like
I know, and that's exactly my point. It's like I wish I can just say that movie was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was a flawed movie with good scenes in it.
Yeah.
So it was still good. Like the fucking when the water's hitting and they're on the fallen Death Star pieces and they're fucking like it's just so much emotion in certain scenes. Go ahead.
right. No, but it wasn't like, hey, let's throw in Vader out of nowhere. Like it wasn't like dumb.
All right, here's the thing. Vader's back.
Yeah, right? Like it wasn't like Warner Brothers.
No, we're just gonna throw Palpatine back.
Yeah, which was ridiculous. But that was the only time I think that they've done something like that. But it wasn't a complete backpedal.
Yeah.
But to add to your argument, Luis, I agree with you, just because at least what they're doing now with the shows, even with Mandalorian or Bad Batch, they're trying to tie loose ends together of like things that were left out and kind of make it all make cohesive sense. As to where with DC, we never get that. We just get like it's gonna be a multiverse, and like the fans will figure it out. They get it. They know. This is a different story.
That was almost an exact quote. Our fans understand the multiverse. So this is new Batman and Robert Pattinson. Let's go. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. They have like the prequel trilogy. Those are bad. Like a lot of them were just bad films. But to your point, Carmen, like the Clone Wars, the different iterations of animation, they make it good. The animated,
they were
like,
bad, but you are happy to see him come back, right?
Who?
Haydenson?
Yeah,
okay.
A little bit.
They were bad, but at least it established that it's a little.
It was him.
I don't agree with you too. By the way, I don't think those movies were bad. So that's just my take.
The prequels?
They weren't bad.
Were they good?
It will always be a surprise.
I agree with you, Andres.
I like elements of the Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed Attack of the Clones, and I very much loved Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith.
Sith, thank you.
Wait, so you liked Clones?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man. Okay.
Wait.
That fight scene at the end when they're fighting in the arena, that scene is fucking awesome. And then
it is awesome, but there's a lot of bullshit you have to navigate through to get to it.
The part on Coruscant where
do you fast forward?
No, I don't.
So when you watch that film that you like,
movie. Yes,
you like it from beginning to end.
To end, yep. I enjoy it very much.
God damn it, you're a better person than I tried rewatching them within a year ago, and a lot of the like it's not even the famous made fun of scenes. Like I didn't even get that far. Like it was just like a lot of his acting just felt very flat, and it was just very like
who's acting
odd.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing with that. Okay, I saw I saw a YouTube video, and it was everyone that had shit on Hayden Christensen's acting performance and blah blah this and that. I think it was the name of the video was called "In the Defense of Revenge of the Sith." Okay, so what they were trying to explain was the scene where he's talking to Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Okay, and like you were saying, Luis, to your point, his acting was flat. Okay, he had no emotion to it. There wasn't anything. But they said, think of it this way: that was the moment right after he ended up slaughtering those younglings, right? So he had a full turn at that point because we saw him with the red pupils and whatnot. So that's what they're saying. That's what they were saying, is that you need to think of it like this: that at that point on Mustafar, Anakin is no longer a character. He's no longer part of his psyche. It is now Vader, which is why it came off as a lot of people said flat, you know, because he had no emotion killing.
And when he did, he sounded like a fucking brat. I slaughtered them all. Like he sounded like a brat.
No,
was it? Yeah.
No, that was Attack of the Clones because he was talking about the Tusken Raiders.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
So,
I'm saying that's
no. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. I see your point. So if you take that action that he did on Attack of the Clones, where he slaughtered the Tusken Raiders, you know, and how he went to Padme and he was crying like I killed them all, I didn't care, you know, to his scene, you know, where he slaughtered the younglings. They're two completely different scenes, but you see that, you know, he tried with emotion in Attack of the Clones. You know, he felt remorseful for that. You know, I know you feel otherwise, but you know, again, it's one of those things where it's like, if you see it at that point of view, you know, where Anakin is no longer part of his psyche, it is now full on Vader and he has no remorse, then you can kind of see how the acting and, you know, to try to get by on the acting if you feel that it fell flat.
I mean, I can enjoy them if I fast forward through chunks. Like, there are elements of Phantom Menace that I enjoy. The Darth Maul scene I very much enjoy, with the fucking Duel of the Fates song playing in the background. Come on, how do you not fucking get all excited? Come on. But the thing is, when it comes to taste, it's like and that's the beautiful thing about the human brain, right? We're all intrigued to what we're intrigued to. And so there are elements of, and Andres and Carmen are probably, and actually you, Esteban, you're the most diehard Star Wars fans that I know. And so, of course, there would be elements that resonate to you guys more than would be to me. I'll consider myself a casual fan in comparison to the three of you, I mean. And so, because you're so vested in the universe and you get this other version of it, it makes sense that you would enjoy it, while I'll watch some anime bullshit and then you guys can watch that and be like, why the fuck would you watch this? Like, no, because in Dragon Ball Z, what? Like, and I'll be the one that will be defending and explaining. And, you know, we all have our own tastes and likes and all that.
The amazing thing, too, is that whatever graphic novel came out, whatever paperback, whatever, like, that's a story they could go to. And there's an amazing thing, like my friend Gabriel's very like Darth Maul's not dead. He has 8 legs now. Like, he's general public wise. That's cool. Like we talked about Marvel, that's cool. I didn't know any of that. And there's like little touchstones where I know in Bad Batch, the bounty hunter, that's the little Cyclops, I don't know her name. The little bounty hunter. Okay. I only know her because of fucking Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, yeah.
Okay. But that's my little touchstone to be involved in this and be like, oh, that's that chick from. And I feel like that's kind of how Marvel is doing awesome, in that, like, I know him from, or blah, blah, blah. Like, they've been great with that. My top 3 entrances is Batman going in, well, not in this order because they're all equal to me, but Batman entering the cathedral, Michael Keaton, the Crow entering the cathedral, the doors opening, and fucking when the doors open for Darth Maul, fucking
and then Q in Duel of the Fates,
fucking amazing the way they fucking did that. Like,
I got
again,
chills.
like the little sand fight was awesome. And it was awesome because Qui-Gon it was almost like I'm getting my ass kicked and fucking Bret Hart came in to save you. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a run-in, you know, wrestling style.
Yeah.
And it was awesome because you took Qui-Gon almost like as the Obi-Wan that barely fucking won this fucking match, but he didn't even win. He had to be saved. So It was kind of like, and then when the doors open, Qui-Gon was like, and Obi-Wan was like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, Qui-Gon, fuck.
See,
this is gonna be it. That's kind of the little touchstones of
I'm glad you brought that up because when actors don't speak and they act, they give the strong message. Yeah. Oh my god, that fucking kills me. Like in a good way. Like when those doors open, I know exactly what you mean because I've seen that scene 1,000 times. And you see, like Qui-Gon is like, shit. I just got away from, you know. But then Obi-Wan, he's like, let's fucking do this, yeah. And even when they get separated, like the look on his face where Qui-Gon, at least through my lens, it's like he knows he's going to die. Like,
wow, saw that.
Like when he drops to his knees and he's meditating, and he's like taking his breaths in, and this is like I get all emotional fucking watching shit, and in my eyes I'm seeing he wants to wear out Darth Maul to the best of his ability to give his
apprentice
the best shot.
Fuck.
That's what I saw.
No, for sure.
He's there, and then when you see Darth Maul like a fucking hungry lion, just like walking back and forth, like and so then when it turns back on, he just jumps back up, and then he's gonna give it 100%, and he's not like it's the analogy of he's swimming out into the ocean with no reserves because he doesn't intend to come back. Like he is giving everything he's got, and then he goes down.
That's a whole new movie.
And then when he goes down, that's when Obi-Wan comes in. But like now, Darth Maul has to come back, and so like. And I'm going to make a very weird comparison, but please hang in there with me, guys.
Yeah.
The other movie that does that for me, and again, there's no words, but it's just in seeing it, is the first Ninja Turtles with the fucking suits and everything. And it's the rooftop scene against Shredder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because when they're all fighting and they're kind of having fun with it, and Michelangelo says, at one point, we should tell him that we're the good guys. Like, where did we lose control here? And he's like, I just have one thought. He knows where Splinter is. And then, the rat, whatever. That's when they lose it. And so you see one by one, they're getting taken down. And the emotion that they're fighting with, because they know that they have their dad.
Mm-hmm.
He has their dad. And you see Raph jump in, fucking guns blazing. You see fucking Donatello loses his stick, still trying, gets flipped. Michelangelo like fucking gets flipped, like everything. And then at the very end, it concludes with they pin Leonardo. They're about to kill him, and he says weapons, to throw him over the edge. They all look at Raph to see what he's gonna do, because he's the lead. And again, it's the non-said things. It's like they all look at Raph, and then Raph fucking throws his weapons, and then they do it. It's like, dude, what are you gonna do?
Because he's like second in command.
Exactly.
It's like Wolverine. Yeah. Like Wolverine. Like Cyclops is not in command. It's gonna be fucking Wolverine.
Exactly. Yeah. And so they look at him. He throws, and then that's when it's like, your fate will be hit. Yeah, so anyway, that was a huge segue. We started in Star Wars, but it's just that non-spoken stuff is just so fucking deep. Back to you, Andres.
So deep. So deep. Back to you, Andres.
There's a casting news, and so for HBO's Green Lantern series, they've casted Tobias Menzies as Sinestro. For those who don't know the actor's name, he came out in Game of Thrones, he came out in Rome, and I believe he's currently coming out in The Crown. So if you see him, I'm sure you recognize him and stuff. And I think it's a good casting. He's a good actor. There's certain roles where he plays where he's just hateable, but he's always a good actor. What do you think, Ash?
I don't know the actor, but the Ryan Reynolds one was a pretty good Sinestro to me.
Do you remember in Game of Thrones?
Yeah. He's also.
Tell Tully. He's a Tully.
Yes. Remember, he was shooting the arrows and he couldn't do it, so the Blackfish had to take the arrows.
But he's also yes. I like him. I like him a lot. I like him as an actor. He's gonna be a piece of shit. It's almost like I feel like he's gonna be like a Littlefinger type of character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
you'd love to hate him.
Yeah, like you're a good bad guy, but there's almost like a Loki, like just turn good, homie. Like just turn, and he's gonna be a good bad guy. I can't think of the movie that I know him from, but I think he's gonna be amazing. What Green Lantern is he gonna be the bad guy of? Not Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan?
Oh, Sinestro.
He's Sinestro.
He's the one. He tempts Hal Jordan to come to. He's a former Green Lantern that goes to the.
Who's he going against? There was casting for
I see
Guy
what you're
Gardner.
saying.
There was Guy like not Guy Gardner.
Just for the Green Lantern Corps. So I'm assuming it's gonna be a group of them. Yeah, that they haven't gotten into too many details of like.
He might not even be Sinestro yet. If we're doing corpse.
Like he may not be with the yellow ring, you mean? Because he's always Sinestro, but yeah. I see what you're saying. Very possible.
Give him a different name until Sinestro, right? I'm going by the Ryan Reynolds one. He wasn't Sinestro throughout the whole thing. Or am I tripping?
Ooh, I might be tripping. I thought he was. I might be tripping.
I feel like there was a reveal. Call me Sinestro.
But it's possible that he starts off as a Green Lantern and then shifts. Right. Very possible. Because we don't know how the Green Lantern Corps is going to go.
I could even see it being like at the end, so that you can see season 2 where he does become Sinestro.
Oh my God, that'd be good. Yeah. I'd watch that show.
Armin, what do you think?
I like him as an actor. I liked him as Prince Philip in The Crown, and I like him as. I totally forgot that he was even in Game of Thrones, so I like him in that. I don't know too much about the Green Lanterns, but I like him as an actor, so I'm all for it.
Awesome. Esteban?
God damn, Andres, you're the best.
I totally didn't have you on screen. I'm sorry. He didn't hear it at all.
No, he did not.
And moving on. Back to you, Andres.
Awesome. Moving on. All right. That was a nice bust. So there was a still that came out for the cover of the next, I guess, the next phase of what the Marvel Comics is going through right now. And the next series is going to be called The Trial of Magneto, and they showed the cover for that, and it is Magneto holding the Scarlet Witch, who has apparently died, and they're pinning it on him so far. So if you guys have seen the image, go ahead and check that out. It looks pretty cool. Magneto's not wearing his I guess legendary red or magenta colored outfit. He has a white one now, similar to the old one. But yeah, and he's holding Scarlet Witch in his arms. Has anybody else seen it? And what are you guys' thoughts if you have? Anyone?
I saw the image and it looks pretty bad. The way you're describing it is pretty accurate. I don't know the story or what we're following, but based on the image, like now I want to read it. Now I want to read the story just because it looks pretty cool. And given what we just found out about, WandaVision and the story there, and especially how that came, I'm interested. So they got me. I'll go read it.
Ash, it looked like you wanted to say something.
He's fucking the henchman in Mission Impossible 2. The guy that we were talking about before.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I know him. They were gonna cut his finger off with a fucking cigarette, a cigar cutter.
Oh Jesus.
That's how I know him. Not through fucking Game of Thrones, but through that scene. Because I do. It's little key things. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Awesome.
I was on
Moving on.
Scarlet Witch.
No, I was on that part. I'm sorry.
It's all right. We're talking about the comic cover.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
That's great.
Esteban, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go for it.
So
yeah, with Scarlet Witch, that looks amazing. And I'm sure they'll like figure out a way to bring her back. I am sorry, Esteban.
Of course.
But yeah, that looks amazing. Can you do that? Can you show it one more time and then say something? Oh, we're in gallery view. Can you do that again? Fuck, that's cool. God damn. Artists. I was just talking about this with my friend, like where we've gone, where it's like a faded color to like almost every panel is an oil painting. It's just amazing. Wow. That's fucking cool. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. Esteban, go for it.
This is probably going to be one of the jumping on points for me to get back into comic books. I haven't been reading them as of late, like the newer ones. I've been reading some of the older stuff, like Invincible. But I haven't really looked into the last book that I read. The last one I read was Powers of 10 and House of X. But I mean, aside from that, I haven't been following since then. So, but I am intrigued because I know this is obviously not the first time that Magneto's been on trial. There's another old school X-Men cover and it's a story arc that's also called The Trial of Magneto, which is actually pretty dope. It was in Uncanny X-Men. And that one was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys remember this cover. This was the old school Trial of Magneto. So it's not the first time that Magneto's on trial. So, but yeah, I'm in. I want to end up picking that up and following it because the artwork on here. I mean, the artwork now back then was gorgeous. I mean, now it's just it's impeccable. So I love it, and I think that's what's very eye-catching now in comic books is the cover art, and then with all these variants that are coming out and stuff like that, depending on who's drawing covers and whatnot, it's what catches the eye. So support your local comic book shops and go pick up some comics, but I'm definitely going to end up picking up the Trial of Magneto. So
Comixology is also good. I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't be picking up this issue. I'll probably wait till the story is concluded and then I'll buy the graphic novel version.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I'm always a fan of fucking good stories. So anytime a story starts to pick up, like I'll pick up stories that I just find interesting here and there. But when something hits the entertainment media, I get excited because if it catches a buzz, it's for a reason, and those are usually the stellar ones. So this is definitely one of those. So yeah, I'll be checking it out.
Actually, this is a question to everybody. Do you guys know if comic book stores still do that thing where you can say like, hey, I'm collecting Detective Comics, The Crow,
Pull?
blah, blah, blah.
They absolutely do.
They pull for you, and then every month you can come and like.
Man.
They bank on you. Yeah, they bank on you wanting to do a pull because that's how they'll make the most money.
Yeah, just walk into a local shop and say, hey, I want to set up a pull list, or do you guys have a pull list that I can go ahead and set up? And
they still do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh fuck! I haven't seen that since the Alhambra on Main Street when they did that.
Because in them doing that, it guarantees them that you're going back to their
Comic
store.
seller?
Yes.
No.
Sorry.
No. There was Comic Rage, and then there was it a brick building?
Yeah.
In Alhambra on Main Street?
It's next to the brick building. It's called Comic Seller.
I believe that we've been in the same place. Oh my God. We knew each other before we knew each other. Yes, those two places would always do that for me. And I'm down to get into comic books again if it's like that. If it's like a $30 like subscription, and I'll do that. It's where they charge and it gets weird. And if
No,
I don't, you know what I mean?
I don't think they do that, dude.
No,
Do you
they
just
won't do
walk
that.
in there and just tell them like, "Hey, I want to sit at the full list"?
Not them, but it has been done. Where I was
Gotcha.
like, oh, but yeah, no, I'm down to set up.
Or if you want old school shit, Comixology.
Yes, Comixology.
Awesome. So now we're since we finished that, we're going to be getting into Loki. Has everyone on the show seen Loki yet? No,
Have you?
no. Yeah,
But
actually,
you guys take it away. Don't worry about me.
Has anybody else seen the show? No.
You
There's
still not
three
seen
of us,
it?
right? Four of us.
You still have not seen it.
I've seen one episode.
How have you not been shanked yet?
I don't know.
'Cause we're not there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys aren't there to beat me in or beat me out of comics.
Okay, one
You in, all right?
And then now we got to beat you out. We're all set. Yeah, go on with Loki.
Out, not off. Weirdo.
Yeah.
So,
Savages.
yeah. That's going to be hard since Luis hasn't talked about it.
No. It's my fault. Just let it rip.
Oh. All right. Who has something to say about this week's episode? Have you seen it, Ash? No? Yeah, go for it if you have something.
The latest one is the
Episode 4.
So it finished off after they were supposed to when they were doing the planetary where they missed getting on
the arc or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. Yeah. Okay. Loki is another kind of like a Michael Keaton. It's gonna be really hard for me to accept any other Loki because him as Loki is fucking amazing. It's that character during the fucking scene where they're sitting down talking to each other. It's Loki that grew up like this, and there's the Loki that grew up like this, and Owen Wilson's Mobius, is kind of banking on you're still the same person. Like, can understand you guys grew up a different way, but I'm banking on that you guys grew up. You know what I mean? Like, you still know how to whatever. It's amazing where Middleton's character is, I'm still trying to play you, and they're still trying to play each other, but it's kind of like I already know that, and then it's so hard to put into words. It's kind of the same character, and they have the same sadness for different reasons, and it's almost like, of course, Loki would only gravitate and identify with the person that it's within himself, and it's in different situations. It's almost like dealing with a different Ash. Not being sensitive, but like grew up with a dad. Like, what if I grew up and it was like some mad douchebag guy, but there would be a different. There would still be like different touchstones where I could deal with that same person. That is me. And it's just different, amazing. I don't know. It's great. All the way from I'm a god. And then he saw this guy get zapped and he was like looking for his fucking ticket. Like, just like looking for a ticket like a nobody just to not die. And seeing the Infinity Stones to, oh man, Marvel is just knocking it out of the fucking park. And if this is coming from like the Avengers, like the god of mischief, this guy is saying I'm a god to a bunch of people like that are just, you're nothing here. And it's amazing too, as well as his shit is like almost magic, and her shit is becoming a different person, like specializing in the different things where like I'm amazing myself with with this is how I grew up and this is how I survived, and I'm amazing you with that, and she's like amazing him with just the mind control. Like they both have that power, but it's you succeeded through survival because of this, and you excelled at this. I don't know, it's been great. I fucking
Carmen?
love that.
Sorry, Carmen.
Oh, it's me.
I love this last episode just because of where we left off, where they were in Lamentus, and then they get taken back. I kind of sense that there was a growing up with both Lokis, Sylvie and Tom Hiddleston's Loki, experiencing each other and like the life experiences. I know that a lot of people are saying that it would be such a Loki thing to do to fall in love with himself, which I could see that that's where they're going with the story. I see that. I'm just gonna keep my thoughts on that. But I love the how we got to get them to Sylvie see her story, her background, not really like what her Nexus event is. And even though she's asking like, what was my Nexus event? Like, why did I have to be taken from my story? You know, like what was so damaging about me that I had to be stolen from literally my life, you know? Also, we didn't talk about it on the last time that we talked about the show, but the fact that the agents of the TVA are all variants of a different, you know, they're and like they don't remember what happened, and she's like, this is how I can access their memories, and this is how I can see their shadows, kind of like an inception, a dream within a dream, and bring back those memories. I love that fact of the show. Total twist. I mean, I was expecting the timekeepers not to be the timekeepers, and the plot twist that was revealed with that. I can't wait for the next episode. It definitely left us on a cliffhanger on the way it ended. I know Luis hasn't seen it, and for the viewers that haven't seen it, I won't ruin it, but
pause right there.
Yes.
For everyone that's just listening, after she said for the viewers that haven't seen it, she rolled her eyes. By she, I mean Carmen. Carmen is rolling her eyes at anyone that hasn't seen the show, myself included. Continue, Carmen.
I am rolling my eyes because you should definitely be watching this show because it's great.
I have a good excuse, though. I have a good excuse.
Yeah, no, I know you do, and you know, life happens, and you know, people don't have time to watch as much as TV shows or whatnot.
And that right there is called a shutdown, saying, I don't want to hear your excuses. I'm going to keep telling my review. The floor is yours, Carmen. Please take it away.
What?
The floor is yours, Carmen.
Gotcha.
Devin, you know what that means.
I just don't. I'm excited for when we're gonna go from here, just because I know it's gonna be about Sylvie developing her character and trying to get Tom Hiddleston to work with her in whatever way that's gonna happen. Also, like Mobius coming to the realization that the TVA may not be what it seems, and it's all being controlled by somebody else other than the timekeepers. That's also exciting to see how it's going to unfold. I mean, we only have 2 more episodes, so I can't wait to see how that's going to go. I'm enjoying the show greatly. The action scene with both of them interacting off of each other was great for me. So, I mean, I love this show. But I love the Loki character, and I think I've even fallen more in love with the Loki character, more so that now there's a Sylvie, and we get to see other variants of Loki, perhaps. So,
Devon?
I love this last episode. You know, I don't want to spoil too much for this episode, but I thought it was great. to the mere fact that, like what Carmen was saying, that everyone at the TVA is just a variant of themselves. So it's like, I want to know the Nexus event, that ended up. Why did they pull Civiel? What happened? Why did they have to pull her from her reality and then reset the timeline? I would have loved to have known a lot of that. They would have gone a little bit deeper, to the TVA agents. I would have loved to have seen, a brief moment of Owen Wilson's alternate timeline. Where did he come from? What was his Nexus event that they had to pull him
on
from?
the jet ski.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would have loved to see all that. I think, and just like what you guys were saying about, it is a very Loki thing for Loki to fall in love with himself. Why? Because he's a massive narcissist. Of course he's going to fall in love with himself, like that's perfect. That is a very Loki thing to do, but to see the different variants, I think is so fucking cool, so I think it's fantastic. I can't wait, because I know in an interview, they asked Tom Hiddleston, what was his favorite, episodes, and he said episode 4 and episode 5 by far were his favorite, because they are, it's like picking up right after where it left off, so I'm excited to see what next week's supposed to bring, and I hope Luisa ends up watching it so that we can go ahead and talk about it more.
You guys can let her rip. Come on.
It's crazy. You kind of don't even know when he said like the TVA are variants. It's almost like you don't know who's the bad guy and who's the good guy anymore.
It's just gibberish to him.
Yeah, it's like, but that's information for him for Mobius, but also like, do you have a plan for me to get out of this? Like Loki, Hiddleston Loki is still very like, whatever's gonna get me the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
And like he even accepted doing the variant thing as a survival tactic, but like the way she's doing it, I almost feel like he admires it. And then they both know each other again, like, well, I'm gonna give you the I'm not the Tesseract, but the fucking, I'm gonna give you this because then you're gonna fucking ditch me. And then he gets thrown out the fucking window, and then she has to get thrown out the window. They almost need each other, even though they're supposed to be hunting each other. Like, fuck Luis for not even watching this shit, because shit is amazing. The writing is fucking great. I just can't stand Luis that he didn't even watch this shit.
I agree with what everybody else said, including the Luis part. But nobody mentioned Lady Sif, and I thought it would be wrong of us not to mention to see her again after such a long time.
That was
being
awesome.
Gone.
That was awesome to see her again in that, and from what it looks like, she's gonna come back in Thor: Love and Thunder, so that's gonna be cool.
It also adds. I love what we're talking about Marvel. Like, everybody in Marvel is very down to come back. Nobody's hey, one and done. Here's my paycheck, whatever. Like, it's like, if you need me in 8 years, I'm down. Like,
the
just
Red
whatever.
Skull.
Yeah, fucking red. Yeah, just Anthony Hopkins
didn't want to come back.
Yeah, just there's different people that are like, you just create a world where like, and Marvel will still make it make sense. Like, I'm down to come back for one scene, one take, blah blah blah, and Marvel will be like, cool, we're gonna use it for that, blah blah blah. Like, they will work around everybody's thing and make it that storyline, and it's just amazing. Where sorry, DC, you have such a fucking great TV. How do you not fucking capitalize on your TV when that's the one fucking thing you're successful at over Marvel? You stupid, dumb motherfuckers. This has been brought to you by DC Comics. Sorry.
All right. With that Ash's rant is gonna bring us to a wrap for this episode. Yeah, it's time. We exhausted all our topics for the week. Yes, thank you. So that'll do it for today's show. Thank you all for listening and subscribing. If you have friends that you think would enjoy, please pass us along to them. We'd appreciate it very much so. And I want to wish you all a very
Merry
good
Christmas.
night, good day, good morning. Until next week.
Comics, we are everywhere. Bitches!
Bye.
Good night.